Time for what?
Experience in college.
Time for reinforcement.
Time for liftoff!
Where nothing is impossible unless you think it is impossible.
College.
I have my college scholarship.
Yes.
Boom.
College ran by real fast.
You hung in with the best college.
First time for everything.
Well, what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Let's do this thing.
Genius, let's do this thing!
Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome. Yes, we're here to blow your mind, not blow your stress bubble, but sometimes that it's been a side effect. When you talk about the college process, but guess what? You can do this. And we have one of our amazing guests. It is Mia. She is a high school junior. She attends a school in San Francisco High School. Mia, please say hello to our guests and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hey, I'm Mia. I'm a junior. I like science. I play softball, and I'm going on the college process.
Mia, I love that you talked about an interest that you have, right? So one of the things is I think so many times students start with this college process like, oh, I got to do X, Y, and Z to get into this school versus, oh, I love this thing. Let me see what school will help me be better in, like you said, like you like science. So how have you been approaching this college process?
I mean, I usually try to find what I'm super interested in, which, I mean, I haven't found exactly what I'm super interested in, but then I look for the colleges that I know will help propel me in that direction and give me the options in like my biology or chemistry interests that I can have the option to change or discover new things.
And what's been one website or one tool that helped you to discover these colleges, right? Like maybe there's someone else in there that likes science, or communication or whatever. And it's okay not to have an exact idea, but a roundabout. But what was one tool you use that says, wow, college X, this is a place that will support me?
Score for sure. And then usually the college websites, like you can tell how much they care about whatever program by how much work they put into the website about the program. That usually helps me.
Yeah. So it's great that because your high school offers a score program, right? Which is this information college system to navigate. There's other programs out there. And in case you are a listener, it's like, what's that? My school doesn't have it. Hey, even our students use what's called bigfuture.org. It's through the College Board. And they also have a tool to help students find college information. But like Mia say, oh my God, colleges have upped their game. Instagram, their website, YouTube videos. You could do panels in departments, listen to students all on Zoom. You don't even have to fly out there to visit these campuses. So those are amazing tools. But it is spring semester for you, correct, Mia? As a junior, I thought today we will even narrow our look into this podcast regarding about the checklist, what you need to do. So let's first talk about the most important part. Emotionally, how does that feel knowing that in less than 9 months, you need to submit college applications and you have a list of stuff that with deadlines you need to do even as a junior?
It's scary, but like also super exciting to hearing about this for so many years to actually get to do it and be like, oh, I'm going to college.
No, it is, right? I think I love how you bring, everything has the yin and the yang. It's like buying a car. Oh my God, so exciting. But there's a lot of responsibility, or a house, or it's like, oh my God, how am I going to save up and pay for it? But let's just do it. So let's figure out how to do it together. So now, one of the things that a lot of juniors forget to do and wait till the last minute is letter recommendations. So there's three different types of folks who do it. One is a counselor from your school, right? That's called a secondary school report that talks about your character. I'm just going to let you guys know, Mia nor any other high school student has a choice. Whoever's your assigned counselor, that's who's doing it for you, right? Sometimes for smaller schools, it'll be a principal, but it's only the counselor. The second one is a teacher, and they usually want 4 teachers, math, English, science, world language, social science. So Mia, how did you pick a teacher for you on a letter recommendation?
Usually it's like, since I want to go into science, it's going to be a science or math teacher. And then whichever teacher I just felt I was connected to, or like that I always talked in class, like the teacher who I just felt connected with the most is the teacher that I would want my letter recommendation to come from.
No, and that's a great point, right? I think it's also a connection and also a trust. Letter recommendation, especially now in this new world of test optional, always had a big weight, but even more so because they want to show if it's a student student is engaged. And if you're that student that, oops, you had a hiccup moment in your academics, showing improvement is really important. Now, Mia, I'm going to ask you, this is totally fine if you don't know the answer. Will you ever see that letter recommendation?
Ooh,
What do you think? Yes.
think so.
No. So most schools make you sign a FERPA form, right? It's a Family Education Right Protection Act. Yes, I got that right. FERPA, FERPA. Basically, one is allowing the colleges and universities to accept personal information from your counselor and teacher. But number two, most colleges want you to waive your rights to see your letters because that way, right? Like your friends, if they say something great about you and you're not around the room, they're being more authentic, real about it. So yeah, so most schools like yours will not do a letter recommendation until there's a FERPA sign and it's waived because it helps your chances into the colleges. It puts more weight. So that's why I say connected. They know you as a student in your projects and that word trust. Listen, the pause that Mia had, like, wait, I don't get to see this ahead of time. So check with your teacher. Some teachers will just have a survey. So make sure students to do that. If they don't, offer it. See if they want to do an interview. I constantly tell my students as a counselor, give me more. I want more. Is there, tell me other things that you've done outside. Doesn't matter how small or how big. Just what is really relevant to you. So, and Mia, I do want to give bragging points. Mia is kind of humble, but she does make a strong effort early on to connect with her counselor for them to get to know her. And so that I compliment you because that's going to really help. If you are a listener, haven't done that, meaning the student, make sure you start doing that. Now, this third letter rec is an other recommender. So Mia, do you have like a supervisor or coach or a supervisor from a volunteer program?
Yeah.
Right? So you don't have to, but it is optional. Some colleges will accept a letter recommendation from an outside source outside of your high school. And even if like you're in a club at school and they want to write it, you could do that. So if you notice, letter recommendations are really important. Every school will have at least two, one from the counselor, one from the teacher. A lot of them have three, and it depends how many more. So Mia, do you have any questions about letter recommendations and maybe suggestions for the group of how to ask, for the students out there listening?
I would always say give them enough time because making the teacher feel stressed about your recommendation will not end up well, in my opinion.
It does not end up well. Mia, do you want a real life horror story that I was just dealing with this weekend? Okay. So listen up, people. Mia is our guest because there's something she has that a lot of people need more of, including me, wisdom. True story, Mia. I told a student before Christmas break, okay, where are my forms? There are certain schools like Georgetown or scholarships that you have to do portal information. Like you have to get a request. So remember, not every college is on Common App or other applications. The kid did it sometime during Christmas break. Were you enjoying your vacation, Mia?
Oh, definitely.
Guess what? Educators do too. So anyway, the deadline was yesterday. And because life gets crazy, the teacher thought they submitted it on time, but didn't submit it through. The kid couldn't submit their application. We were down through a couple of hours left. So here's the tip, everyone. Procrastination, and I'm the biggest procrastinator in the world, is not healthy and could damage your chances for colleges. So please, one, start early. So if you're a junior, start asking for those letter rec teachers, at least one. You could do two, right? Mia, what do you think? Do you think you could ask a senior teacher for a letter recommendation? You think colleges will accept that?
I thought it's only junior teachers, right?
You could only ask for junior teachers now, but they will accept senior teachers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, definitely. So the only thing is you want to make sure that they get to know you. So sometimes senior teachers like if you're applying early, the earliest application, like October 15th, like for University of North Carolina, that's only about like a month of them knowing you. But sometimes in a month, you could get to know somebody really well, right? It just varies, right? It doesn't mean it's less. It's just always about the quality of the letter recommendations. Like there are some times I've had a student that take a while to understand like a counselor recommendation means something. And then I'll get to know them really well senior year. And sometimes magic happens. So yeah, so the only ones where you have to really ask a college if they'll accept is sophomore year.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you hear the disappointment in Mia's voice? I did too. So here's the reason why. There's no law saying like, no, you can't, but some colleges do feel like that's a long time ago. So this is a great way to email that college rep a question like, hey, do you take sophomore teachers for letter rec? So Mia, this is your time to email college reps. And here, I'm going to tell you guys, listeners need to do this, and Mia needs to do this. You ready, Mia? I'm going to give you things to email this spring as a junior. One, if you are thinking about sophomore recommendation from a core teacher, still core is really important. Ask that college rep from that private school if they'll accept that, right? You may get mixed answers. Send letter recommendations to one school, not another too. There is that option as well too, but work with your counselor closely if you do that. Number two, if you are ready to brainstorm, I did say brainstorm, not write, your college-specific essays known as supplements, email the reps, hey, have you guys decided what are your prompts for your statements for the next fall application season? Mia, did you know you could ask the college reps ahead of time?
Sort of.
Okay, yeah, see, it's hard because Mia's on top of it, when asking these questions. But have you done it though?
No.
Okay, so truth and confessions now. Why haven't you?
That is a good question. Why haven't I?
Okay, so I'm gonna challenge everybody, including Mia, and we're gonna follow up on this. Just do one today. Just do it. Listen, when I'm a procrastinator, I know what it's all about. My mom used to bribe me just to get my stuff to do. So it still didn't work. So just do it. So after this podcast, after you listen, after I'm done recording with Mia, just send one email to one school. It's like, hi. Remember, it's so easy. It'll literally take you 10 minutes. You just put the name of the school, college rep, find out if they're your reader from your region. Then just say, hi, I'm Mia from this school in San Francisco. I'm looking at Common App and I'm wondering if the prompts for next year are the same. Let me know and have a great weekend. Sounds hard to do?
Sounds pretty easy.
Okay, just do it. Just do like that Nike commercial. Okay, and then the next thing is, and Mia, can you please give tips to everyone, is really getting a draft college list. The sooner students can finalize their college list, the sooner the sanity begins because you just could organize everything. So Mia, how do you recommend, like, what are some tips and strategies you use and strategies you didn't want to use because it didn't help for creating a potential college list?
I kind of just, how did I even do it? I put the colleges that I knew I was going to apply for. Like, I knew I had a cousin who went to this school, so I'm just going to put that down just because that could be a possibility. And then I just went through similar colleges. And then on my score account, I went through and put in all my my necessities, what I needed and what I wanted in college. And then from there, I just kind of plucked them out.
Yeah, I think that's important. And I believe you also, from my understanding, met with your counselor too, right? Like, Is this a balance list, right? Like, right? Because always I have one student, one extreme or the other. They have too many challenge schools, whether it's through admissions or financially, or too many likely schools. So I think that's really key. Like, it's just buckle down, looking at the schools based on the characteristics, what they have. And I think the key thing is to make sure to have likely schools that you like, that you'll likely get in, and check with your family if they'll can likely afford that school. If in case you haven't listened to past podcasts, net price calculator, you can find out ahead of time for any of these schools. Possible schools like you're in the middle range, and then then you want to have those reach schools because guess what? You may reach them. Woo! Oh my God. Now, how does it feel being a junior getting ready to watch seniors getting acceptances and denials? Because you probably saw some already, right?
Yeah. It's kind of amazing to see them get into the colleges they want because it's all this hard work and then you get something out of it. I think it's really cool to see. And then of course, when you get denied, I know some people who are totally heartbroken or some people who are like, well, I have 10 more other colleges that I applied to, and we'll see where that goes. Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I think if you're a junior out there or any grade level or even a great-great-grandparent, I wouldn't go, so did you get in or did you not? Because it's such torture for seniors. But just say, hey, I hope you have a great day, and let them volunteer that information. True story, I had a student where somebody got into a big-name school. So everyone's, so did you get in too? And these are all these freshmen, sophomores, so cute. And they didn't.
And then just it's kind of like putting that salt on the wound. So yeah, if you are a younger classman, observe of other people's experience.